Hello again, it's me, Crystal Flame 360, or if you prefer, you can just call me Crystal. I'm really horrible at starting these at first. I come out of my shell a lot more as I get talking. But yeah, this is something different from Plague Town. I think most of my uploads so far have just been around Plague Town, but this is around my Pleasantview. No, it isn't. It's actually... I mentioned it last video if you've seen it, but previously, main town, Strange Town, Subhud, Pleasantview. I'm in Subhud, Pleasantview doing one-day rotations to get them all caught up. And that thumbnail's a lie because Dina no longer lives there. As you can tell, I've not touched it yet. So we'll be playing just Nina. Now, I did say in my last video that I'm trying to reduce the ums too, but I can't help it. I like to fill in the gaps of silence. But yeah, I did mention that I'd played 4 families. I played the Caliente, Broke, Dreamer and Pleasant, and I said I may end up splitting them into 2 parts depending on how long they wound up being. And I wound up being able to edit it down to 27 minutes, almost 28 minutes, and yeah, I got them all in one video. That's nice. So as you can see, Nina wanted a job in the dance career, so she applied in the newspaper and she got it first time, which rarely ever happens. And she also wanted a skill point, so I used that as an opportunity to get her an extra body skill point because she may need that in the future. And at least in my experience, it's rare for romance sims to roll once for skills. It's extremely rare. Now, yes, her fears have kind of spoiled what events have transpired. I'm just gonna call Dina for a chat, her social's low. Yeah, so her fear of Don coming back as a zombie kind of spoils what's happened here. So Don died. He died in a fire due to a mod I have. I think you see it in action in this video actually, but I have like a weekly arsonist mod paired with more dangerous fire. So it kind of makes things a lot more risky, which is why usually in my hoods now it's a priority to have a burglar alarm in the house. But I'd forgotten to put one in Don's house, and I didn't realise that I'd forgotten to put one there until the burglar came and set fire to his bed. And even though he called the fire department, I also have another mod that kind of makes the fire department slightly delayed. So as a result, he perished, he died. Which I admittedly don't really like Don anyway, so it's not really a massive loss for me. And as you've seen in the footage anyway, I told you it wasn't too eventful with Nina. I've just been talking about miscellaneous things throughout with Nina. Because she's just... yeah, I feel that with Don around, she's not going to be much interesting, but we'll see. I do have a soft spot for Nina. Oh yeah, onto the Broke family now. And I always have a soft spot for the Brokes. They were my favourite family when I was younger. Funnily enough though, I used to always move Brandy and Bo out, but keep Dustin in the trailer on his own and just play Dustin. And I remember one time I got particularly stressed out with it because he couldn't really, you know, the Repo Man visited regularly because, you know, they're broke and he only has a part-time... yeah, he wanted to teach Bo how to talk. I don't know if that's part of the scripted event. Well, there's no scripted events at the moment because it's the Subhud version. But he wanted to teach Bo how to talk, and I found that so cute. Although I locked in Sneak Out with Angela because, you know, more drama potential. So, yeah, Brandy is going to teach Bo to walk. I believe by default he's close to knowing how to talk anyway. And since Dustin wants his first kiss with Angela, I'm going to invite Angela over so they can share their first kiss. and that was no sim loaded there. And she said she'll be on her way, so... Oh, that was quick. I think that may have been an edit cut. I was gonna say. So he's going to invite her in. And I forgot to spawn an ACR adjuster on the lot. Now you'll notice that with every single lot I load up, it'll be Monday, and then suddenly it will be Sunday, and that's because I changed the day to Sunday, so they all age up a day, because I want them all to start on Monday next round. And as you can see, it started raining, so they had their first kiss in the rain, and this was a complete accident, and I was so proud of it. And pat on the back for accidental romanticness, I guess. I'm proud. So there's that. So I'm not even sure what else happens here now. Oh, he's teaching Bo how to talk. I believe he succeeds. I just love sibling dynamics, and may come from me being a sibling myself. So Angela's just playing the pinball machine there. That is a pinball machine. And Brandy's getting pizza. Okay, so as I was saying, yeah, so Don died, which again I don't really care, and then Cassandra is, I won't say she's widowed, but she's no longer engaged, obviously, because Don's dead. And the welcome wagon's shown up, which consists of John Burb, Darren Dreamer, and Mary Sue Pleasant, who, if you're unfamiliar, she's Angela's mother. You can think of that as you will. Probably she's come to check on her daughter, or she's just trying to keep up appearances. Because she wants to be the mayor. She's practically, she's technically married to Daniel, but really her true love is her job. That much so that it strained her and Daniel's relationship. So now I'm talking about the flipping Pleasants while playing the Brokes, when I like the Brokes a bit more. They're more down to earth, I think. And, I don't even see Dustin as like a proper bad boy or anything. I just see him as a misunderstood, like, I see him as, a teen his heart's in the right place, but he's just not going the right way about it, and he's just left for work. Yeah, I just noticed that he had the icon next to him in the UI. Oh, that would be second trimester baby bump for Brandy. I remember when I first found out that she was pregnant when I was really younger. I was confused. I thought my game bugged out or something. And don't get me started on when I first loaded the Curious household. Oh, hi Johnny. Speaking of Curious, he's their nephew. Oh yeah, Bo. Oh, so Bo ages up. Oh, so I was Dustin got promoted, and apparently he brought a game with him. That happens sometimes, and I don't know why. And he's trying to go up potty training Bo. He only needs to be potty trained now, and then. Oh, actually, I think I was a bit too late there, because I think he just changed Bo's nappy or diaper if you're American, but. And having Dustin kind of make some mac and cheese for Brandy and himself. Like, even though I kind of forgot that Dustin wasn't even that hungry. I just had a bit of a brain fart is all. Does anyone use that term, brain fart? No? And Dustin is making plans to sneak out with Angela. So as I was saying, as for the goth update, and Dustin is getting ready to sneak out, and there's a fire outside. And Angela's just pulled up in a car that nobody knows how she could get. Maybe she did some Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Pleasant. That's how you laugh at your own jokes. But yeah, as I was saying, as far as the goths are concerned, Cassandra is again, she's not married, she's I would say she's single, but next episode contradicts that. So, yeah, I'm spoiling things, aren't I? And Mortimer's married to Dina. And yeah, Dina, she rolled the one to get into architecture as soon as after they got married. And yeah, Brandy almost had a miscarriage, but I cancelled the action in a panic. And then I was a bit wary, and I was like, oh no, is the pregnancy messed up now? I hope it isn't, because I don't want unborn baby Brooke to die. I don't want him gone. Oh, and I think that's me done with the Brokes now, because it's Monday at 7 AM. I think I'm going to be loading the Dreamers next, yeah. So, yeah, as I was saying, she rolled the want to get into architecture as soon as... I keep going on random tangents, don't I? Sorry about that. And she also wanted a baby! So she's pregnant with Mortimer's baby now, and Alexander has... Yeah, he exists. Fingers crossed I can get him with Stella Tirana, though. And it's a funny story with the Dreamers. We'll get to this a bit later. So Darren's going to go pay the bills, while Dirk plays darts. And then, yes, so I used the day setter to make it Sunday, and I didn't do it in time, as you'll see. So what I wound up doing here is that I was curious to see what would actually happen here. So I wound up allowing Dirk to go to school on Sunday. So Dirk has kind of gone to Sunday school, like unofficial Sunday school, because I kind of bugged it out with the day setter. And here I was kind of debating on whether or not to have Darren invite Cassandra in, but ultimately I kind of went, nah, because to be honest, unpopular opinion, I don't ship Cassandra and Darren. I more ship Darren with Brandy. Oh, and the welcome wagon's here. This welcome wagon was a very chaotic, one of many chaotic ones, one of two chaotic ones. He double bolts with Dina, which should open interesting avenues once Mortimer's passed. And they're talking about being potty trained. It's funny how he finds Cassandra the most unattractive out of the ones he finds attractive, though. Oh yeah, Dirk's home. Don't worry, it's not like everything's going very quickly, it's just there's a bunch of edit cuts. Because even though I'm kind of looking at it, not realising the cuts, I'm like, oh, that's going on very quickly. So Dina and Darren are getting along while nervous, and Jennifer are at each other's throats. They really don't get on. Which is quite funny considering Nervous is a family sim. Then again, though, Nervous is extremely grouchy. They're gossiping about Don, speaking ill of the dead. Fucking hell, Darren. Oh, yeah, this is funny. So Olive Spectre is Nervous's mother, and she's just there like, just another Monday or Sunday afternoon while her son's getting smacked around by a woman. And Nervous has gone into aspiration failure over there. He's got sack baby. And he joy buzzed on poor Dirk. Dirk didn't like it, bless him. And Lilith has come to pay him a visit. He didn't even invite her around, funnily enough. That brings us to like a funny story that happened during Dina and Mortimer's wedding. So Lilith generated as a passerby, and of course because there was a wedding going on, she just walked onto the lot, changed into her formal wear, and watched the wedding, and they're making out in front of Lilith's grandmother, Coral Oldie. But yeah, and she watched the wedding and then just stood up and left the lot as if she hadn't even been there. It's kind of funny. And then Nervous Joy buzzed Lilith, who didn't take it well, as you'll see in a sec. I'm guessing her want was meet someone new or something like that. Lilith is a popularity sim. And then Dirk just tenderly kisses her while Nervous is just like, meh. And then Jennifer smacks Nervous around. And then Nearest politely shakes Dirk's hand as he leaves, because okay. Yeah, I found it really funny how he accepted a hug from Dina, and then as soon as Jennifer goes to hug him, he's like, nah. And Dirk is not getting compliments from Gordon Ramsay anytime soon, because he's just burnt the mac and cheese. And it's a very romantic meal with Lilith. Burned mac and cheese represents Lilith's life. So he's talking to Jennifer. Alright, just as Lilith leaves, my weekly arsonist mod kicks in. This is what I mean. So, I think his name's Oliver Phelps, this burglar. And yeah, I didn't get Dirk to the phone in time. Before he could even get to the phone, he started to panic over the burglar. And then before I could even have Dirk call the police, he sets fire to the table. And he also sets fire to the downstairs too. I think one of the worst fires I've had was the Curious fire in my Crystal Pleasantview, where it resulted in the deaths of Pascal and Vidkund. Which Vidkund, admittedly, I wasn't too bothered about. Don't know if I'm going to get hate for that or not, but Pascal, oh, he's one of my favourite Sims, so I was very... And then poor Laszlo, he went through so much after that. And then another one was the Grunt House fire, which is honestly happened the day I installed the weekly arsonist mod. Well, the day I installed it, sorry, I may have said week, I don't know. And it was really bad, like almost the entire house was on fire. It was crazy. And like Buck almost died, Rip almost died, it was... Ugh. And Tank had to go to college afterwards too, because he had the one and he aged up in a day. So he had to go. So I actually had Tiffany. Oh, see, there they are. Yeah, I tried to have Dirk repeatedly go to call the firefighters, but he just was not having it. But fortunately, they had a fire alarm in the kitchen, which seemed to have caught it, which alerted the firefighters. And poor Dirk. But yeah, and so back to the Crystal Pleasantview fire, Tiffany stayed behind to, you know, help Rip and Buck out for... So yeah, Darren went into aspiration failure here, because I think he had a fear of seeing fire, and then Dirk gets a prank call. That's poorly timed. So, yeah, Darren's art supplies are ash now. And so he's either gonna have to A, get a real job, or B, pray that he has enough money for an easel. But I did try to buy a burglar alarm after this incident, and they couldn't even afford a burglar alarm. So... we're in a bit of a dilemma here. So the dreams are going to be a bit rough to play next round, because Darren's got no way to make any dough, unless I make him get a job regardless of his wants. Yeah, I almost went, since he's a fortune sim, but he's a knowledge sim, I believe. Oh, so now on to the Pleasance, which is the last household in this video that we're going to cover. And this one's a bit of a... It was interesting. Oh yeah, we get an error message here. I really don't know what caused that, but just reset it. Whenever you get an error message, just always reset. If reset doesn't work, then delete is a last resort usually. Because I play with debug mode enabled, which does not corrupt your game, that's just a common misconception. And it kind of annoys me when I see that floating around still sometimes. Because I'm just kind of like, no it doesn't. It does not corrupt your game. Yes, having it on corrupt, no it doesn't. No it doesn't. Stop talking out your ass. Well, that came out a bit hostile, but didn't mean to be that hostile. Now, yeah, everyone's just kind of fighting each other. Oh yeah, Daniel was trying to leave, but Rod Humble was just in the way. As he is, usually. Yeah, and she ran away. I was warned that this happens, like, Brandy broke, bore witness to this. So yeah, usually, you can read on some forums and stuff, namely Mob the Sims, I'm a regular on there, not proper, you know what I mean? And yeah, they usually, some people mention that, well, yeah, it's gone to report her missing, which this makes me laugh and say, okay, we'll find her, but we can't guarantee results. And then right after he says that, they pull up with her. I'm like, okay. But I think that just kind of depends, like, if you report last minute, then they can't guarantee results. And Dustin's come to visit Angela, so I think I have Lilith greet him, because she's right there. So, anyway, as I was saying, they say that, Lilith is more likely to she runs away quite a bit, which, yeah, makes sense because teens run away if they have a poor relationship with both parents. It's either both parents or everyone in the household. I think it's everyone in the household. And the welcome wagons come, which is Cersei Beaker, Olive Spectre, and Ophelia, Olive's niece. Which, yes, this is the same. Does she have another Cersei? Anyway, yes, that is the same Ophelia from Plague Town. She won't be attacking Skip this time because Skip is either not born yet or does not exist. I think Skip's linked, the dead Skip is linked correctly in this one. So, so the genetics are properly linked. I didn't know how I was going to say it then. I like how Dustin and Ophelia are making friends now. I quite like that. It gives them something else other than just each other, which I quite like. But it's pretty chaotic because later on everyone just starts fighting. It's pretty silly, but is Angela and Lilith fighting? No, Angela's there. Who the fuck's fighting then? Oh, Daniel. Was it Daniel and Lilith? I thought it was Angela, but Angela was in the kitchen. I was kind of thinking there's something I wanted to say then, but I forgot. Yeah, and I've heard some people say that Rip Grunt, you know, the one you've seen in Plague Town, is that he's likely to run away too, but he's never run away in my games. Touch wood. And then again, at least in my games, he usually has a good relationship with Buck, so he doesn't normally run away. I like how Ophelia's just smussling in the bathroom, like in front of a toilet. Oh yeah. There's like, that's a lot of aliens. I don't think it actually showed off the turn-ons, but I think Angela's turned on by aliens, which is really funny, and that's because of a mod I have, by the way. I have a mod that kind of turns some of the turn-ons around, and Olive and Cersei. Okay. And they're fighting again. I mean, they do them, I guess. So Lilith has a want to sneak out with Dirk, which I have her act on shortly. Get something positive for her. But as for the Rip running away thing, it might actually be either because they don't actually have a good relationship with, like, I don't know, because he's usually friends with Buck as soon as you load the household up. They're like, you'd like have just become friends, or... Okay, so Lilith's about to sneak out with Dick. So yeah, since we're nearing the last 2 minutes. What the heck's Olive doing? Olive's still here. Oh, I think she's just gone to say goodbye, I think. Yeah. She's like, oh yeah, I went to quickly lock in the skill point one bit, it rolled away. And then she instead rolled the want to join the music career, which I encourage. Gives Lilith something to do. So now, since we're literally on the last 2 minutes of the video, I guess I'll get some closing words in now. I'm trying to get better with the thumbnails. As you can see, I'm trying to put at least some effort into them now. Like, you can see, I've already got the thumbnail for this one made. And as you can see, I went a bit too far with that one. It looks a bit too sickly, if that makes any sense. So yeah, there's that. Mic and audio quality still isn't good, but I'm still trying to think of ways to improve that at the moment. There was dead air in some parts, but not long enough for me to want to edit them out. And next time, we'll still be in this neighbourhood. Now, I was going to mention this much earlier, but I forgot. The footage for the next video is 2 hours long. It's 2 hours long, so I'm going to have to try and edit down 2 hours, so they may definitely be split into 2 parts. But the families played in that video were the Burbs and Oldies, and the rest of the footage is dedicated to the Curious Brothers, as I played them for a week. So yeah, although then again though, some of it might just be because not like everything didn't happen every single time, so we'll see how it turns out. So if you enjoyed this video, I guess you could subscribe if you liked it enough, and like it if you liked it, dislike it if you dislike it, comment or whatever, and I guess I'll see you next time.